Welcome. Lesson 5.2.1. Today we're going to be doing something using what are called expression mats. And we're going to learn about some legal moves. I know right now that makes no sense to you, so let's move right into it here. But that is what our lesson is. An expression mat. You can see it right here. This is what an expression mat is, where we have a mat A and we have a mat B. And we use them to compare each other. And so you understand, gray tiles like this are positives, and clear tiles like this are negatives. So positive, negative. Now, it should make sense to you. If I have 5 positive unit tiles, as listed right here, and I've got 3 negative tiles listed right here, then 3 of these negatives could cancel 3 of these positives, leaving me with 2 left over on this side. Another way of saying that, 5 plus negative 3 equals 2, which is right. I guess I didn't put anything in there. So this equals 2. On this one over here, I've got 5 negative tiles, and I've got 2 positive tiles. These 2 positives and these 2 negatives could cancel, and that would leave me with negative 3. Now think about it. What's greater? A positive 2 that's left over here, or a negative 3 over here? Would you rather have $2, or would you rather owe somebody $3? Well, if you're like me, you'd rather have the $2. All right, moving on. Now, we introduce not just our unit tiles, but we also have our X tiles. And again, just like unit tiles, the shaded ones are positive, the clear ones are negative. You might notice what we could maybe do with these 2 tiles here. These 2 would cancel, and these 2 would cancel. That would leave me with an x squared on the left and an x squared on the right. Well, think about it. If you have a box of Oreos and your friend has a box of Oreos, who has more Oreos? Neither, because you both have the same. You have a box. So what could you do with these 2? You can literally just cancel them, because you having a box of Oreos and your friend's having a box of Oreos, you both have the same amount of Oreos at the time. But down here, you ate 5 Oreos, or you're negative 5 here. Your friend only ate 4 Oreos over here, so he's at negative 4. Who would have more Oreos left? Well, your friend only ate 4, so he has 1 more than this person. Or another way of saying that, negative 4 is greater than negative 5. Because, well, think about temperature-wise. Would you rather be outside? Not that you'd want to be outside when it's negative 4 or negative 5. I mean, we're just freezing at that point. But we'd rather have it be negative 4 than being negative 5. Of course, unless you're an Eskimo living up in Alaska, maybe you like the cold. I don't know. Moving on. If we were to simplify this mat, these 2 negatives cancel these 2 positives, and you'd have an x plus 2 for the side B. This negative cancels that negative, leaving you a 6 extra, so you'd have 6x plus 6. Now, the x's on both sides would do what to each other? Hopefully the word cancel came into your head right there. Would cancel each other, sure. And actually, the 4 positives over here could cancel 4 positives over on this side. So literally what you're left with is the 2 leftover positives over here, and this whole side has just been completely canceled. Oh wait, there wasn't 4 positives over here. Let me start this page over. These 2 cancel those 2. These 2 that are left on the right side could cancel 2 of the ones that are on the left side. The x's could cancel each other, and this negative here could cancel that positive on this side. So literally, we're left with these 4 positives. 4 is greater than 0. If that confused you, I apologize. I'll try and help you out on the next one here. Next one here, they're just showing some legal moves on how you can cancel. If you have the same thing but they're on different sides of the mat, they can cancel. Or if you have the opposites on one side of the mat, they can cancel. So now let's move into the next one here. Take a look at mat A, and if you need to, pause it and think about what your moves would be. Go ahead, pause it. All right, now when you've come back, you should have canceled those three negatives here cancel these three positives there. And also, this positive and negative cancel, leaving you with an x plus 2 on this side. On this one, these three there cancel these three here, leaving you with an x plus 3. Well, the x's on both sides will cancel, and these two positives will cancel these two positives, leaving me with one extra positive on the b side, so mat b would be greater. Hopefully that now makes sense what we're doing. Pause the video again and try letter B. See if you can figure out which one's greater. Go ahead, pause it. All right, and I'm back in 3, 2, 1, here we go. On mat A, here's some of the moves you should have made. These two x's can cancel each other, and these two tiles right there could cancel, leaving me with negative 2x plus 6 on mat A. For this one, right here, these 4 unit tiles cancel these 4 negative unit tiles, leaving me with negative 2x plus 1. Well, the negative 2x's over here and the negative 2x's over here will cancel. This one will cancel one of these 6, leaving me with 5 left over on mat A. Positive 5 on mat A is greater than the 0 left over on mat B. Moving on. Mat A over here. Oh, yeah, you go ahead and pause it and come back. All right, now that you should be back. Those two cancel, those two cancel, and these two cancel. So I've got 2 x's over here and 2 x's over here. The x's on both sides will cancel. I've got 1, 2, 3 on mat B, 1, 2, 3 on mat A, and they will cancel each other. So 0 equals 0. And the two mats are equal to each other. And our final example, pause your video, try it, and I'm back. The only thing it cancels here within the sides is those positives right here cancel these negatives right there. The negative x here and the negative x here will cancel. These two leftover positives will cancel 2 of these positives, leaving me with these 2 positives over here, so mat A would be greater. Now, your last challenge. See if you can build what these equation mats would look like. I've only started this. These aren't actually what the finished product is, but they're infinite cloners, so I can start grabbing and moving these things to where I want them to go. So, you try and build that equation mat. Pause the video. And we are back. All right, so to build mat A over here, you should have had 3 positive x's. 1, 2, 3. Then you should have had a negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then an additional negative 2. 1, 2. So this was represented by 3x minus 4 minus 2. So if things were confusing, you didn't really know how to build a mat first, pause the video again and try and build the rest of these. And we are back. All right, mat B. I've got 3 groups of x minus 1. So here's my x, and here's my minus 1. Hopefully that makes sense how that represents x minus 1. And this 3 means I've got 3 groups of that. So I need to build that mat 3 times. 2, 3, 2, 3. So I've got 3 groups of x minus 1, which you can see is now 3x and negative 3. Kind of shows how that distribution property works. 3 times x would be 3x. 3 times negative 1 would be negative 3. Wonder if any of you caught that. All right, you should have already built this one over here. On this, we'll build the mats first. So this one over here, I should have negative 3x, 2, 3. I should have had a positive 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I should have had a positive 5x. 2, 3, 4, 5. On this mat down here, well, doggone if I didn't take care of what I was supposed to do ahead of time, but I'll do that right now. Let's see here, we need a negative x squared tile and a positive x squared tile. Isn't that just cool? Okay, let's take this one here, let's put that in there, but that's way too big, so we're going to resize that, make that look much, much smaller. We're going to take this one over here, put that in there, and we're going to resize that as well. So I've got my positive x squared tile up there. From here, I've got my negative x squared tile from there. I need two more x tiles. 1, 2, and I need a positive unit tile over here as well. So now let's compare these mats. First of all, hopefully that made sense. Hopefully you built them correctly, and if not, at least maybe that makes sense now. Nothing cancels over here within their own sides, but the 3x tiles here cancels 3x tiles here. The negative 3 here cancels 3 of these negatives here, leaving me with 3 negatives over here. Well, 0 is actually greater than negative 3. I'd rather be in 0-degree temperatures than negative 3. I'd rather owe somebody no money than owe them $3. All sorts of ways to look at that. Over on mat A over here, these 3 cancel these 3. Over on mat B, this x squared cancels this negative x squared. Then these two x tiles here cancel these two x tiles here. And this unit tile cancels one of these 5 unit tiles over here, leaving me with 4 positive unit tiles on this side and nothing on this side. So that is how we compare expression mats. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, go back and look at the parts that seem confusing and see if you can figure them out. We'll see you tomorrow.